Hello and welcome to episode number 2 of Tactical Waffle. And today's episode is going to start with a weekly roundup of the Premier League events that we found interesting, having watched some cracking games on this weekend. But I've got a list of stuff that I'm just going to read out that I think that was interesting. So the first part I want to talk about is the return of my glorious king, Cole Palmer. At last.
King.
Just don't call him that.
Yeah, please don't.
He's been plagued with injuries since the start of the year, and it was very nice to see him back on the pitch. And the goal he scored is a very Cole Palmer goal.
Is he still carrying something though as well?
I'm not too sure. I'm not
sure
too
I
sure.
heard
But
he's still carrying
he'll
something.
probably be injured in the next couple of weeks. Touch wood, he's not, because we really need him. But he was the difference, I'd say, on Saturday.
He always is for Chelsea. Like, people when he's not playing think that you are fine without him.
Yeah, I think him and Caicedo.
Him and Caicedo are your two most important
Yeah.
players.
Definitely.
Is Caicedo back next game?
He's 3 games suspension, so
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
What was it Arsenal, Leeds? Oh no, Leeds. Who did you play after Leeds? And then Everton.
Would have been Atalanta, wouldn't it?
We wouldn't count for Atlanta.
Wouldn't count.
Because Leeds was in the week, and then I think you either lost or drew again to someone.
Not a clue.
It's good football knowledge for the podcast.
Yeah, you need good knowledge, and I just don't have. Like,
I think
Quality content.
Everton was his third game.
but he scored a very Cole Palmer-esque goal. Just like drops into the space between the two centre halves.
What you've been missing.
Makes a beautiful run. Yes, we've been missing someone who can put a ball in the net.
He's just so much more direct than anybody else. you've
Yes.
got.
Yeah.
Like we tend to just like have the ball on the edge of the box, just like passing it around and just not have any sort of substance to it.
I mean, he's so much better in that role than João Pedro was.
But Palmer will drop in between the centre halves because they'll either go into the box with him, or if he can pull them out of the box for someone to run around them, which summarises Gusto's goal, I think, as well, who has also been pretty decent recently, I'd say, as well.
Doesn't take away from the fact that Cole Palmer still eats crayons, but I mean, he is quite a good player.
He's
Yeah.
a very good player.
Cole
definitely
Palmer,
special.
Cole Palmer off the pitch is hilarious.
He's weird, but
yeah.
he's funny weird.
You just don't care.
There's just nothing going on like inside his brain. It's just a
but
right space.
he's a cracking player, and I'm very pleased as a Chelsea fan that we have him
Yeah.
over others. So the second thing I've got down is about Ekitike, who
Ekitike.
again
Yeah.
scored another 2 goals
Back-to-back Premier League braces.
but in
I think.
back-to-back Premier League games. And in brackets, I've just put, is he the future of Liverpool? I think so. I think I would have him over Isak.
I think
It's a tough
right
one to
now,
it's a tough one to call.
No, I think he
Yeah.
just starts over Isak.
Isak's definitely still a better player. We've seen what he's capable of. He just needs to sort out whatever the hell's going on at the
Yeah.
moment.
Because if Ekitike keeps going the way he's going, he will be an amazing Premier League striker. And I think that,
Yeah, I think he can suffer from the fact that Isak does exist, though.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, he obviously scores goals, but I think there's a point like he's definitely. I wouldn't quite call him consistent just yet because
No.
otherwise he'd be up there with like Eagle, Thiago, and Haaland in terms of like goal scoring.
Yeah.
But I think give it a couple of years and he probably will get to that sort of point.
He's got the tools to be a fantastic striker. Height,
He needs the consistent.
scores a lot of goals.
Yeah, he needs the consistent game time. I don't know whether he'll get it at Liverpool.
No.
Do you think he'll leave?
I think I think he will stay a couple of years, see how it goes.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's
Because
too early to say.
I
yet.
still think they should shift Isak out wide as a wide.
I don't think that
I
works.
I don't think that either.
No.
He did it all right at Newcastle for a little bit when they were playing Callum Wilson and Isak together.
I just think he's too tall for. I just think he's too tall to be a winger.
Yeah.
He's really good with his feet, though.
He's very good with his feet, but he's like 6'4" as a winger. Just
Yeah. It's
yeah, yeah, not for me.
I would like to see it, if I'm being honest.
Another thing I'd have liked
Just
to
a
have
joke.
seen is Calvin Bassey score that run from his goal line, pretty much. He fluffed the shot,
He did everything right
Massively.
except from the shot.
but that would have won every sort of goal scoring award, I think, if had that have gone in.
I didn't even see it, so I can't even comment.
Oh, it's I only saw it on the highlights.
I saw it in the
at
highlights as
Burnley
well.
the other day. He blocks a shot, I think, from a corner, and he just goes on a miracle a miracle run, it's fantastic. Like
Kurt Zuma against Ajax.
Kurt Zuma against Ajax. Oh, if he'd have scored that goal.
Yeah.
Oh, he's shooting from shot from just outside the box as well.
Big size goals and that would have gone in.
Yeah. You see the step over? Do you remember the step
Yeah,
overs
yeah.
and that?
Like 2-star skills. man, that's
Massive
a joke.
feat. It's an incredible. It'd have been an incredible goal.
Yeah.
It would have been up there with the goal from Van der Ven in the Champions League.
Van der Ven.
Van der Ven.
I saw a hot take
so good.
on TikTok that without pace, Van der Ven is nothing.
Van der Ven, yeah, he does heavily rely on his pace at times,
Yeah.
but he's definitely improving as a player without his pace.
I don't know much of him, but I know for his pace,
I think
he's really reliable in that respect.
he's so important to a high line, and he was so important to Angie's system. That's
Yeah.
why when he stayed fit at the start of Angie's first season, we were so difficult to break down because
Of him.
if you get over the top, Van der Ven's there.
But the one thing about Ange's tactic is that I'm pretty sure this was the case at Celtic as well. Is that a lot of players were just getting injured because they couldn't handle the intensity.
The
They couldn't
intensity is
handle the
too high.
intensity.
But if he could have sorted that out at Tottenham, kept players fit, that back line under Ange, when it was full strength, I think we only played that 20 times and only conceded about 10 goals.
Yeah.
When we had that full strength back line, including Porro, Udogi and Vicario, it was a really good back line and
For
it
the start of
worked.
the
But
season.
when we're trying to play a high line with Dragusin and Archie Gray at centre back, and forcing bloody. At one point, we had Jed Spence at centre back.
We'll get to that game
rough
in a
times.
bit.
Yeah.
The next point I've got is the last thing we spoke about on the podcast last time out was Arsenal. Can they win the league? Are they winning sustainably? Which is what I've got in brackets. They nearly dropped points to Wolves.
I think it
They
was
got
more of a
lucky.
blip though. I don't think that's a consistent thing that's going to happen.
Arsenal and sustainable shouldn't be in the same sentence.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The way Arsenal play, obviously aside from set pieces, it's obviously all right. They play nice football here and there, but I think they obviously rely on set pieces quite a lot, and it's kind of like
I mean, what I've always seen from Arsenal, they're so capable of scoring great team goals. Like the
Nice
Ramsey
one
one
a few
against
years ago,
Fulham,
yes.
I think, and
the
the
Aubameyang one.
Aubameyang one.
Yeah,
where-
Ozil sort of dummies
yeah.
it and then goes behind. The
And
switch.
even the one of the best goals I've ever seen is Jack Wilshere's one against Norwich.
Norwich,
Yeah, that was
yes.
Where they're just pinging it about. They're capable of that, but it takes so many poor attacks for them to actually start realizing they're capable of it.
Mm,
And this season, at times they've looked so basic going forward,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
they get set piece and score from it.
And
they've got the players to do it as well.
Oh, they got so many
Definitely
technical
got the
players.
to do it.
Like you can quite easily link up so many of those players.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it dies at Gyökeres at times.
yeah,
Yeah. I think for the system that Arsenal play, whether Gyökeres is the right fit for them or not, I don't really know because they seem to centre a lot of their play around sort of getting the ball down the wings and then just trying to just attack the box from there.
Yeah.
But I think obviously Gyökeres provides that sort of. What does he provide? To be honest,
I don't know.
In that Wolves game, I was watching the Wolves game, and everywhere that you would want your number 9 to be, he just wasn't. He was about a metre behind every time. And then Jesus come on, and they looked such a better team.
Yeah.
Because he's not fit when he's fit.
I don't think a fully fit Gyökeres fixes any problems.
I don't know.
I think it creates more because it means he starts.
so I think the way that Arteta wants that sort of number 9 to play is almost as like a false 9, really, because
Yeah,
Jesus can play in that role. He can sort of drop deeper and then go forward when you need him to.
yeah.
But Gyökeres is almost like I'd probably class him as a target forward, to be honest. He's more kind of like a get the ball to feet, wait for your wings to sort of just
Run off the
Yeah,
ball.
run off
Yeah.
the ball, just leg it up the wings, and then just
But you would need that. That's not a title challenging sort of tactic to
He's
just
got
lob it
Sean
up to a
Dyche written all
striker.
over him. If you know,
It's
you know.
so Stoke City. They're
He's got
team.
as I said, he's got Sean Dyche written all over him.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It's such a. I don't know.
it's,
I
it's,
just
it's
watch.
such a basic way of playing.
It's so basic way of playing, and I think they fall to the fact that they're trying to force Gyökeres in,
Yeah.
when they could play other players around.
Mm.
But the problem they're going to have is that Jesus is not a sustainable number, like a false 9.
Havertz, what's your opinion on?
He's decent, but yet again, I think he's average compared to what they need.
Yeah.
They got like Marino has spells where he's good, but you can't play Marino striker every
Yeah,
game.
he's not going to be doing that all season.
I mean, we haven't. The problem is at the moment, if they want a false nine, we haven't seen a false nine of probably Bobby Firmino's standard for a while.
Yeah.
Bobby Firmino in that attack was so good.
He was the perfect false nine. Like
That is what they need,
Yeah.
and there is a severe lack of players like that right now.
Yeah.
And so they need to work out what they want to do in terms of strikers, because they got 4 different profiles really.
Yeah.
And none of them seem to work consistently.
No. I mean, Marino's been working right. Like, even though he's he's obviously a makeshift centre forward, like predominantly a centre midfielder, he's been doing really, really well there.
It's still not sustainable. That's the biggest problem is sustainability at Arsenal.
No, but the thing is, you can say it's not sustainable, but look at players that have like transitioned from like one position to like another really like almost a complete opposite, like Gareth Bale moving from left back to right wing.
It was because Gareth Bale was running down the left hand side, taking on Inter Milan's right back.
And then his first season at right wing, scored 20 goals in the league or something stupid, and then went to Real Madrid the season after. So, like, I mean, there are examples of, you know, like it can work.
Marino and Bale should not be in the same conversation.
My bad.
Right, so the next topic, obviously you'll know about a lot watching the game at the weekend, is the Ibrahim Sangare and Hudson-Odoi masterclass.
It was
Is
just
what I've listed it
it was
as.
a disaster class from Tottenham all round.
I think the first goal was poor.
The first and second goal were both poor.
Yeah.
I don't know what Vicario's doing passing it out to Archie Gray like that.
I think the key takeaway from the game is just Vicario is just such a good goalkeeper. Like, I think he's just he's obviously got potential. Like, some of the things that he produced in that game were just like I've never seen before. It's just
the thing. He's
mesmerising.
He's
almost.
capable of pulling out saves. Like he's
shot
so reliable at shot stopping.
Yeah, but then he just makes these idiot
But
decisions
we,
just out of nowhere.
we got rid of Lloris for that exact reason. Lloris was probably one of the best shot stoppers I've seen at Tottenham for a long time. But that's where it ended. Because as soon as you ask him to either come for crosses or even, like, I mean, telling Lloris to play with his feet was like telling him
Yeah, I was
to
about to
shoot a
say, I
child.
don't remember him for being very good with his feet.
Like, we have not had a good... Like, we have Kinski, who's very good with his feet. I like him a lot. But he's young and isn't
Raw
as good a shot stopper as Vicario. So I'm hoping Kinski does develop into our starting goalkeeper. I do really like him.
The second goal was a cross-turn shot.
Vicario, again, what was he
And
doing?
I think that could have been dealt with better.
Yeah.
But the third goal, you got to give full credit to Sangare.
Oh,
for that
Sangare
first
did
goal.
well.
That goal was beautiful.
To be fair,
It
when
was
I
a
looked
fantastic
when I
strike.
looked at that Forest lineup, I was most worried about Sangare. I don't even know why, because he's been
Yeah,
he's
you
not
said you
been-
said this. You
he's
said
not
this to me.
been
yeah.
amazing for Forest, but I saw that lineup, saw Sangare, and went, I reckon he's going to be a problem today. And 2 assists and a goal. To be fair, both assists were handed to him.
Yeah.
But still,
Should've
just
put a
that
bet on
bad.
this.
That
Could've
goal
put that
though was a great strike off
Yeah.
the
It
post,
was a very
good height,
strike.
decent power.
But in terms of Tottenham, we just look embarrassing, and we have done for quite a while.
It's a
good watch,
consistent.
to be honest.
It's a consistency thing, I think, as well. Like, you have games where you look really good. Kudus is creating lots of chances. Xavi Simons might be starting to come into his own,
Xavi
which
Simons
I
on
would
his
like to
side,
see him do.
I didn't watch. I mainly watched the highlights for Tottenham because I was at work. But seeing Xavi Simons played 7.5 in a team that lost 3-0 must have mean that he created a lot.
It's not
Yeah.
bad.
But I think he also suffers from the fact that when he gets forward into a good position, he's got Richarlison who's not got a clue what to do, and Kudus that wants to just run at players.
And we said the other week that Richarlison would benefit from another striker playing alongside him,
Richarlison
like
would so
Colomboani
benefit
did
from another
in the
striker.
Champions League.
Because
I think Richarlison would probably just benefit from a couple of brain cells, to be honest. Like, I mean, there have been multiple games where he's standing there like a headless chicken, not really knowing what to do.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just
Richarlison's
clueless.
such a weird one because I get annoyed at him, and then 10 minutes later I fall in love with him again.
Yeah.
He's reliable in front of goal when
When he
like
wants
when the ball comes into the box, 9 times out of 10 he'll score a header, or he'll just embarrass himself.
Score a bicycle kick.
Score a bicycle kick. He knows where the goal is, and we haven't had a striker like that since Kane. Because I mean, Solanke, although he's really, really good outside the box,
Is injury prone.
injury prone as well. And when he gets in the box, I think he lacks composure at times. But I think that's because he just needs consistent run of scoring and
Yeah.
a good run of games. Because
Mhm.
I do think he's probably still our best striker at the club right now,
Yeah.
Solanke. And hopefully when he comes back from his minor injury that's kept him out for longer than Jamal Musiala.
That's incredible, by the
It,
way. Yeah, Musiala's coming back.
Yeah.
I saw that this morning.
Hopefully he'll get back to... Because when he's leading the line, he's so good because he's everywhere. He's one of the best pressers we've had. And we need that because under Ange, we looked at our best when Solanke was starting.
Yeah.
But it's all going so
I did
wrong.
really like Solanke under Ange, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think he was so good.
Works so hard.
And like he's proven that he can do well because in his last season at Bournemouth, he scored I think 19 or 20 Premier League goals. So
Yeah.
he's obviously shown that he's when he's playing in the right sort of style, he's he can be clinical.
He just needs confidence.
But will he be the same when he comes back from injury?
Who knows?
I reckon he will. He's had injury setbacks all his career, to be fair.
Yeah.
Although I did see a stat that he, I think 4 years or something in a row, he didn't get injured for Bournemouth. Joined Tottenham in his first game, got injured.
Yeah.
There's
It's just bad luck.
there is so much more issues than just on the pitch at Tottenham, though. The medical team.
I do think you
is so
do need
poor.
a good striker, though.
We need to be gutted from
How's
the inside out.
Kylo Moani been doing?
He's good, but yet again, he's just another one that needs more goals. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
To back up the performances.
Because he's been putting in good performances, and I remember watching him against Copenhagen in the Champions League. Their goalkeeper had absolute clanger for all of the goals, but when Kylo Moani was shooting, he turned into Prime Neuer, saving everything. But I think he'll be all right. It's only a loan for the season, so if it doesn't work out, it don't work out.
He was good at Juve, wasn't he?
Good at Juve.
Yeah, very good at Juve.
Very good at Eintracht Frankfurt, I believe, as well.
It was only
before that.
PSG where he really struggled.
So the next point is this week was the famous Tyne Weir derby that hasn't happened in many years. It's an underspoken about derby, by the way, against Sunderland, between Sunderland and Newcastle.
Did you hear the crowd every tackle that the Sunderland fans were putting in? The Sunderland players were putting in.
And this derby was decided by a fantastic own goal by Nick Voltemard, who we spoke about last week.
Yeah, we were glazing him last week.
We were glazing him last week.
Just for him to do that.
He plays striker for a reason. It's a great finish.
It's
knows
a
where the goal is.
fantastic header. I watched this with you lot on call the other night. Cross comes in. The first attacker misses it completely. Like is nowhere near.
Yeah, it was
Cross.
that centre back. I can't remember his name, Durati or something like that.
And there are 3 people behind Voltemada, all of which looked like they were going to miss and looked like the ball's sailing over their head until we have Nick Voltemada, who
He can't help that he's like 7
he can't
foot, to be
help
fair.
how tall he is. Scores a fantastic header, and I think Ramsdale couldn't really do anything from that range anyway.
Ramsdale's
Yeah.
shit anyway.
I think
Inconsistent, I'd say.
Yeah.
in camera merchant, if you know, you know.
He's such a camera save merchant.
That
It's
one against
so
Leicester.
funny
The
to
one
watch.
against Leicester. Remember the free kick?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there was
that was not a real save.
there was
Like, you can't take that away
goalkeepers.
from him.
There was goalkeepers turning around saying that's
Who
the
took-
best
who
save
took
they've
the
ever
free
seen.
It
kick?
was Madison.
James Maddison.
Oh, it was Madison before he joined Spurs.
Yeah, it was Madison at Leicester.
Right. It was a fantastic save, but he made it look as if.
Yeah, it was a really good save, but
Yeah.
he made it look harder by the way that he just loves a camera save.
I don't know. I think if you look back at that save, I think it's like it's a tough one to call because I remember Ben Foster talking about it,
Yes.
and he was saying like it's one of the best saves he's seen. So
The next topic is I've just wrote it down as I've analysed over the previous weeks. There's been a lot of fast goals scored, like goals inside the first.
Yeah,
10,
the fastest
15
goal of
minutes
the
of
season
game.
keeps getting beaten every week.
Yeah.
I think Mateus Fernandes in the West Ham game scored inside 18 seconds. I think
No, I think it was a
it
little
was
bit longer than that.
it was very
was longer
very
than
I
that.
think it was like 34. I think,
it was 44. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, something like that.
Who did they
44
play?
seconds. They
Um,
played
Villa.
against Villa.
Villa, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know Konza is at fault for that goal
Yeah.
because he gave the ball away. But there's been lots of very, very fast goals. Like Ekatike scored inside the first minute as well. I'm fairly sure as
Yeah.
well. But is this a good thing? Is this a good sign that we're getting early action?
It's exciting
Yeah.
for fans.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know what.
I don't know how much of a talking point this
Yeah,
is.
this-
Well, I just thought it was a talking point because I thought it's interesting to know.
This
that
is the most.
Some
it's
days we
happened.
can go with. I can be watching final score on the BBC and have no goals scored at all for like 50, 60 minutes, and then like fucking Peter Crouch used to go and score from like 3 yards out. I used to watch it.
How old are you watching final score on BBC?
Oh, final score used to be part of my afternoon. I used to listen to that.
Just watch Match of the Day, you fanny.
I watch match of the day on a Sunday morning with me Weetabix.
Nice.
Right.
Class.
Cheers for that.
I know it's like that's a core memory. I don't watch match of the day in years.
Why specifically Weetabix?
Goated. They are goated.
Okay, I think we should maybe move on.
All
What's
right.
your next talking point?
The
Controversial.
only other talking point is because I'm a Man United hater. It's the fact they conceded 4 to Bournemouth. Yes, they scored 4, but
They
you
also
shouldn't be
scored
conceding 4 to Bournemouth, who have been playing really,
That-
really poorly recently.
That free kick as well. Maybe Lemon should have done better.
I
I don't
people-
think that's Lambden's fault. I think that's the Wolves' fault.
Oh, it's also the Wolves' fault.
people have been raving about Lamons, and
I think he's really good.
He has been
Yeah.
really good, yeah. And I will say,
I do really like him, but I think maybe he could have done better because he's really close to it.
I think Tavernier got a goal and an assist. Tavernier, I
Tavernier just scored a free kick.
underrated in my eyes.
Oh, he's so inconsistent though.
No, I
He
think,
has talent.
I think he could be playing for a slightly better team than Bournemouth, ever so slightly. But-
Bournemouth are a good side.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bournemouth just get unlucky. Like, I mean, they were what 4th by end of September,
Yeah.
and I think the gap between like 14th and 5th, so it's either 4th and 14th or 5th and 14th. It's like 7 points. So
Yeah.
like, give it like a couple of months or so, and they could easily they could definitely be back in that sort of.
and then
European
obviously
spots.
Semenyo back in the goals again.
Yeah.
He's going to AFCON now. so
Yep, he is.
it won't be long.
And then hopefully going to City after. Hopefully.
You're gonna have to explain where does he fit? Where does he fit in that?
He fits on the right. Foden and Cherky in the middle. Semenyo on the right. Doku on the left. Haaland up front.
Just quickly,
Right.
Ghana aren't going to the AFCON, are they? This year?
No.
I just
They're
thought
going to the World Cup and they're in our group.
that's it because
Yes.
we're not losing Kudus.
And Kudos. Is Jeffrey Schlupp from Ghana?
Yeah.
Schnupp.
Schlupp.
Schlupp.
Jeff Schlupp.
So is Jordan Ayew.
Jordan, are you?
And does that mean Andre Ayew as well? If he's
Yeah.
still playing?
I
Forgot he existed, to be honest.
I forgot. Jordan and Andre Ayew could be one of the best.
They
Well,
are
the pair.
they are
Underrated
footballers.
They
They
are
exist.
one of the best football brothers to play in the
they
same
kick a ball sometimes.
Because
Like-
I can't think of
Don't be
many.
dissing Jordan, are you, man?
He
I
was
can't-
actually so
I
reliable.
can't think
He
of
was
many
reliable for
football
us.
brothers.
Kefren
who have
Turam
played-
and Marcus Turam.
No,
They were
like
so
in the
much better.
same
Oh,
league at the same time.
Yeah,
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 they're
they
in the
are.
same league.
Kefren's playing for Juve and Marcus is playing for Inter.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Neville.
Neville
Neville.
brothers?
Yeah.
Do you remember? I think it was the Euros, or Albania versus Switzerland, where Granit Xhaka absolutely halved his own brother.
Yeah,
Did?
It's because his brother plays for Albania, not Switzerland.
Right.
And Granit Xhaka, just halved his own
Doesn't
brother.
surprise me. It's Granit Xhaka.
Yeah.
I love the way Granit
This
Xhaka
was
plays
prime Granit Xhaka. Where
There
he
was
was just
Granit
killing-
Xhaka's had a prime.
well, prime just
Multiple primes, I'd say.
to be fair, yeah, that last season under Arsenal was actually insane.
Yeah.
And then obviously
Yeah, and that first season at Leverkusen where
his unbeatable
yeah.
season. Well, unbeaten
Yeah.
season.
lost one game all season. That was the Europa
He's
League
having a
final.
good season. Now as
He's
well.
having a really good season this year.
Actually, one game away from an unbeaten treble, which is crazy.
I mean, Lookman just cooked him.
And now he can't do anything this season.
Oh, he's so bad. In,
I watched him against Chelsea. We watched
Yeah,
him
in the
against
Chelsea
Chelsea.
game.
He was
Pub, yeah.
absolutely shocking.
although to be fair, that one where he got through and Acheampong, I think it was Acheampong tackled him.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
tackle.
Yes.
That was a great tackle.
Love it, Josh Antropong.
He's so good.
He's very good. I am very pleased.
I think he's trying to force a move, Lookman. I don't think he wants to be there.
He's been
Yeah.
trying to force a move for like 3 years.
Yeah, he nearly went to Inter in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he wants.
I'm
to go
not sure why
back
that
to
fell through. He's back.
Whoa, Emir.
Are there any other points that you want to make about this weekend in the Premier League?
Palace lost.
Yeah.
To see.
Yeah.
Foden's still incredible.
Yep,
Foden's amazing.
great goal as well.
Cherky's
Foden
amazing.
might be the greatest player I've ever watched.
Don't set
Um,
George off about Cherky.
Yeah, no,
It's been a while.
Ryan
Foden,
Cherky.
Foden's the greatest
Ryan
player to
Cherky.
ever play the game. Cherky's the second.
I'd say
We'll
George
have a
first.
look. We'll have a
first,
look.
okay.
Ryan
We'll have a
Cherky is the most techie footballer on planet Earth.
So is there anything else that you want to talk about over the the weekend?
Ryan Cherky. Oh my god.
I think you just had your moment about Ryan Cherky.
Yeah, but I want to continue.
It got interrupted. Go on, George.
Yeah,
We'll let you have the mic.
So Ryan Cherky is, and I've seen so many videos about Ryan Cherky.
I don't want to know what videos
What
of Ryan
kind of
Cherky you're
videos?
watching.
Oh, whether they're explicit or inexplicit, I'm not going to go into detail too much, but he is the most techie player I've seen in years. Like, I don't even know what foot he is.
He's
He's just that good.
ambidextrous.
Like, he makes me feel things.
I thought Wharton played really well, to be fair.
But Cherky, oh my god.
He's got a lot of flair, which is uncharacteristic of any Man City, any Pep player, I would say.
Ryan Cherky, oh my god.
You're just gonna keep loading his name
His
into the
dribbling,
fire.
his
Yes.
passing, and there's more about his technique. His technique is brilliant. Like, I've seen him score fantastic goals in training for France. You remember, the one
Yeah.
where he like catches the volley
Yeah.
perfectly.
Ryan Cherky.
The one is
Stop
in the
doing that.
I think it's the. Is it in the under? What is it in the under 21s, or was it in like the Olympics or something like that? That he
Maybe,
scored
yeah. I
a
think the Olympics
beaut-
was when him
Oh,
and
when-
Mateta, the link up was
and
insane.
a
I know
couple of
he
months
did.
ago,
And
he
he said
scored for the French first team.
Yeah,
He
against
scored
Spain
against
on the
a
volley.
beautiful volley. Yeah,
Only Ryan
his
Cherky could
technique
do
is
that.
brilliant. So I will give you credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
That Cherky is good.
Yeah, I mean,
Though I think that Oscar Bob needs to be more mentioned as well. I think
Oscar Bob's just too inconsistent for me. He needs to reach the level of Ryan Cherky.
I've got a mate who's a huge Oscar Bob believer. He's a City fan.
Right, good
He's
man.
a
yeah.
massive Oscar Bob believer and gets so
Yeah.
distraught about
He needs game
things that
time.
happen to Oscar Bob.
But he got injured the other day. The other day? I mean, it was literally yesterday. What am I talking about? He got injured against
Is it a bad
Brentford.
injury?
I hope not. But aside from that, I think Oscar Bob's definitely shown sparks. Like, he's obviously a very good player. But I think he just needs to work on his own. He's like Savinho. He needs to work on his own product. I think once he gets that sort of nailed down, he'll be
What
unreal.
about
I think
Savinho's
he-
end product? Scored last night, didn't he?
I need.
Yes,
I
but
think,
it was still jammy. Like
I
I still don't like him. I don't know what it is.
I think that
Like,
Oscar
I-
Bob needs week in, week out football. Like,
Yeah.
for a mid.
Maybe
to
a
low
low.
tier
I think that's the
Premier
case with
League
most
club.
footballers, to be honest. I think they just need to play football. Like, it is their job, to be honest.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
would you mean? Scott Carson for how many years? Did not play football.
He
Won everything
played a
there
couple
was
of
to win.
times. I mean, he played one Premier League game against Newcastle where we won 4-3, and Ferran Torres scored a hat trick.
I remember that game. That was
Yeah.
when he scored that back heel, or like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
aerial back heel.
Yeah, I miss Ferran Torres. He
I
was
suppose
quite
this is
good.
the ga-
I
I
liked
don't
him.
suppose this is a game that Kevin De Bruyne came on and got the assist
No,
for the
no.
winner.
No, this was a
not.
few years
This
after.
when Ferran
this was a few
Torres
years
just
before that.
become good.
Ferran
Yeah, for a
Torres
game.
is a good player.
Yeah,
I think
He's doing
Barca
well,
fans
Barca.
hate him.
No, he's doing well now this season.
yeah, he's
but
doing very
I
well
think
this season.
Barca fans complain about him because they're like, as soon as we want to get him gone, he turns good again.
It was
Fair
like
enough, to be
Rafinha.
fair.
Like when he joined Barcelona, he went through that really, really rough patch of just not playing well. And then the season after, literally, well, in my opinion, should have been top 3 in the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
You said Pedri. You said you think
Pedri should
Yeah,
have won it.
I think Pedri should have won it.
No.
I
Who do you
don't
think should won it?
think-
I think I said Dembele.
I don't think Dembele didn't deserve it. I just think
Yeah.
Pedri also deserved it.
Yeah, I think Pedri can do stuff that barely anyone else on planet Earth can do.
I think
Right.
the fact that Harry Kane was nowhere near the top.
Kane was in.
He
weren't even
scored
top
what
10, I don't think.
50 plus goals in a season.
I was gonna
was
say,
nowhere close.
Going back to Pedri, he finished 11th in the Ballon d'Or. by
I
the
know,
way.
that's
Which is-
crazy.
It's a
11th
crime.
is ridiculous.
11th for Pedri is a
It
crime.
is absolute crime.
Like, it's a joke.
But
So
yeah,
I'm still mad about it to this day.
This season's Kane's season, we believe.
it should be Kane's.
It's
Started
Haaland's season.
fantastically, by the way. He's
He
been
always does. He's
incredible.
always been fantastic. I think there was only one season at Tottenham where he didn't perform at his best, still scored 17 goals, and that's because he just didn't want to play for us. That was when the City move broke down and he was playing under Nuno, which I don't
Yeah.
blame him, because we should have let him go then.
Yeah.
But
Whether he would have fit in that City team or not, I don't know. Well, he obviously would have fit in. But
well, you
whether
wouldn't
he
have signed Haaland.
Yeah. Imagine Kane and Haaland in the same team, though.
Kane,
No.
Kane dropping deep, Haaland running in behind.
That would feed generations.
Yeah, wouldn't even need Cherky.
Ryan Cherky.
he would. I think you'd add to that as well. You'd add to that.
Kane just plays every role on the pitch. Kane's just reliable everywhere. He's even played in goal. Did fumble a shot into the back of his own net, but Kane does play
Do we
everywhere.
want to get into the main segment?
I want to get into Ryan Shirky again, to be honest.
What way?
By the sounds of it,
You're
you've
gonna
already.
have to clarify this for the podcast.
I think you've already been in
For the
Ryan
viewers.
Shirky by the sounds of it.
You have to clarify this.
Is that why you got
people
injured?
listening About
Yes. Yes, that is exactly the reason. I was inside Ryan Shirky.
He needed a few days off.
Nice.
So the main segment for the podcast, based on a few weeks ago, there was a World Cup draw. One of the most longed out World Cup draws I think we've ever had. But we won't get into all of that. 'cause there's a
Absolutely
lot of-
deserved award for.
There's a
Donald
lot
Trump
of politics and international relations weaved into that thing with Infantino, Trump, the Canadian Prime Minister President kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I won't get into that. But I want to get into a World Cup squad for England.
Okay.
We our group. If you've been living under a rock, is Ghana, Croatia, and Panama. Panama we dismantled a few years
Yeah,
ago.
running back Kane hat-tricking.
Croatia.
Jammiest
John
hat-trick
John
ever.
Stones at the double as well.
We
John Stones, baller.
I'll be looking for a bit of revenge against Croatia, obviously who beat us in 2018.
But we beat him in the Euros, so
And Ghana will be a very interesting match, I think. I
mean,
think it'll be more interesting.
considering they didn't even make it to AFCON, surely we should beat them as well.
Yeah, you'd hope so, but they got a couple of players in there who
It's
could cause some
so
problems.
England. Remember us in the Euros? I mean, we struggled to beat Slovenia, Slovakia, or Serbia. It was.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around the table and read our England squads.
What end are we
Um,
starting?
I'm gonna start because
Okay.
I've done a lot of research on this.
I feel
and
like you're gonna-
looked at this.
I feel like you're going to name some like really, really obscure players, and we're going to hate you for
Oh
this.
no, there's nothing.
I'm
really
so waiting for
obscure.
Tosin to be in this.
Yeah.
I haven't let my Chelsea bias get to me that much though. It has.
I don't believe that for a second.
So in goal, I've got Pickford, Pope, and Henderson. I think they're the best three goalkeepers in England that we have. I don't know why we need three, but for formality, I think they are three of the best.
Yeah.
I've done fullbacks and centre backs in different categories. So I'm taking for fullbacks Lewis Hall, Nico O'Reilly, Reece James, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'll get to Trent because I think Trent's a massive talking point
Yeah.
I want to talk about. My centre halves, Guehi, probably the best centre half we have. John Stones, Esri Konsa. If he's fit, Levi Colville,
Yeah.
and Trevor Chalobah, who's the one that's going to rattle some feathers. But we'll get to him. The midfielders who played the number 6 or the number 8, I've got Elliot Anderson, who I rate to the clouds come home. Adam Wharton, Declan Rice, Jordan Henderson, Ebere Eze, and Jude Bellingham. And the attackers, so the number 10s, the wingers, the strikers. Cole Palmer, Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden, Marcus Rashford, Harry Kane, Ollie Watkins, and Morgan Rogers.
I
So
don't
does
mind
Jack
it.
Grealish not make your team?
So I've been saying for ages and ages and ages that I wanted Jack Grealish to go.
So why? hasn't he?
Purely the fact of late in the game, you can bring him on and he'll win you a free kick or he'll win you something. He might win you a penalty that might win you the game.
So why isn't he
But
going?
I think there are lots of people now that could do that.
But you're taking Trevor Chalobah. And you're
Trevor
not taking
Chalobah, I'm
Grealish.
going to have to explain.
in the
I
most unbiased
think-
way possible.
Right.
Trevor
think-
Chalobah's really good because he plays for Chelsea.
I think he's a good player. I think he's definitely not the best England centre half because I think Mark Guehi is.
So you'd have him as like a fringe player almost.
I would, yeah, because very good in the air. He has been very solid for Chelsea so far this season.
Yeah.
I think he's quite consistently good. You don't sound convinced.
I'm not convinced.
And I also think the lack of depth that England has at centre back is a concern.
Wait, read out
Well-
your attackers again, quickly.
Cole Palmer, Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden, Marcus Rashford, Harry Kane, Ollie Watkins, and Morgan Rogers.
Okay.
But I think Chalobah's the best out of a very mediocre bunch.
No.
I discussed. I think there's a couple of players on the fringe list that I've got.
We'll come to
Okay,
fringe.
back.
We'll come back to the fringe list.
But
We'll do
get back
teams
to
first.
that. Have you, apart from Chalobah, have we got any major objections
I don't.
to that?
I like it.
I'm not completely opposed to it.
Right. So
It's not
George, let's
terrible.
off the back of that. Can we hear your?
Right.
Can we hear
So-
your?
My list is a bit unorganised, so I've literally just got a list of 26 names.
Right.
Alright.
Okay.
So I've tried to do the goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, and then attackers.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is my list. So the goalkeepers have got Pickford, Henderson, and Trafford.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Defenders have got Nico O'Reilly, who should be starting left back.
Yep.
Konza.
Yep.
Gay.
Yep.
Harry Maguire.
We're gonna have to get back to that.
John Stones.
Yep.
And then I've got a really, really rogue one. Like, if
Have I written him down?
no, if they do well this season, I wouldn't be shocked if he gets in the team. Because bearing in mind the average ratings from this season, I've put down Dan Ballard.
Oh.
He's
a
good.
very,
Oh,
it's a
right.
shout. I feel as
Right. We're gonna have to talk
though,
about that.
I
one
feel as though it's a
after your team's
controversial
done.
one, but I feel as though
Controversial.
just from what I've seen this season, I feel like he can definitely get in the team.
The problem is
He,
whoever
he
we
won't start, but he'll be a fringe
whoever
player.
we name probably won't get barely any minutes.
Yeah.
Like we could name whoever. Same with like whether you go Trafford,
So-
Pope, or whoever. As the
So
third
I'm gonna
goalkeeper.
have to talk about Trafford, and I'm gonna have to talk about Ballard. Right? Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Right, carrying on. So the rest of the defenders, we've got Reece James. which I
Yes,
think's-
absolutely. That's concrete. That he's got to go.
and Tino Livramento.
Yes,
I like it.
So
someone
yeah,
I've
we
discussed,
we
and I'll
spoke
talk
about
him.
Tino. Yeah.
Right,
We'll
and
talk
then
about Tino after.
midfielders have got Elliot Anderson, which is kind of nailed on.
Absolutely.
Tuchel loves Elliot
I
Anderson.
love it. I love
Adam
it.
Wharton.
Absolutely.
And then I've got another fairly rogue one here,
right.
where if he carries on the current form he's in for the rest of the season, then I think he'll get into the England team.
Right.
And that's Keane and Dewsbury Hall.
Ah,
Very good
right.
shout.
Okay,
I forgot
so
about
we'll discuss that.
One of them in my team probably could be replaced with Dewsbury Hall, depending on who.
We're gonna
who
we've got to talk
continues
about that
good
one.
form.
I think
Yeah.
we've got to talk about that one.
And then Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
As if that was a
fairly nailed on.
question.
Declan Rice and Morgan Rogers.
Yeah.
So that's the rest of my midfielders.
Right, and the attackers.
Then my forwards have got Claire Balding, Anthony Gordon,
Yeah.
Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, Jared Bowen, Bukayo Saka, Marcus Rashford, Harry Kane, and Danny Welbeck.
There's some
Over
names in there
Watkins.
that we're gonna have to talk about.
Danny Welbeck
Over Watkins.
would be crazy if
Do
he
we
was.
want to get all the teams done first?
We'll
I
do
feel-
teams and then we'll do talking
and then we'll
points.
discuss it.
I'll explain my reasoning behind Welbeck over Watkins.
Yeah.
Although Welbeck's about 50, I feel as though, I mean, he'll bring experience.
Yes.
And he scored more goals than Watkins this season because, well, I mean, there isn't any reason behind that, but
What does
I've-
Welbeck give you that Harry Kane doesn't?
I'm not saying Welbeck will start over Harry Kane.
No, I'm just
But-
saying as it. I think that we need to go with variety. We need to have someone different
I feel as though Welbeck will stay in that sort of more, I mean, Welbeck's a lot more sort of,
out and out number 9.
yeah, he's more out and out number 9 than Harry Kane. Like Harry Kane's a lot more sort of, drop deep, receive the ball, and then sort of,
Play up.
link up the play from there. But I think obviously Danny Welbeck scored a lot more goals than Ollie Watkins.
Yes.
Watkins has been very inconsistent this season.
Mm.
I've seen a couple of Villa games this season, and he's just not been anywhere near what he was a couple of years
He's
ago.
so inconsistent, and for England, he's not exactly impressed me that much. Watkins
Obviously, he had that big moment.
had that big moment, but that's
Apart from
about
that,
it.
yeah.
I remember watching him in the friendlies, and he threw himself into the post at one point.
Does Ivan Toney get?
No.
He just, I don't watch Saudi, if I'm being honest.
Cody, who would be your 26-man England?
Okay, right, I'll do mine. So,
Swiftly moving on.
yep, moving on. Pickford,
Yep.
Henderson, Pope,
Yep.
James, Trent, Guy, Konza, Stones, Chalobah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Ben, you convinced me. Ben.
Oh, no.
It's funny how Chalobah's played for Chelsea and Palace.
I love that. I love that from you, Cody. I love that.
What a coincidence.
Who saw that one coming?
O'Reilly, another Palace player, Mitchell.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about that one. We're gonna have to talk about that one. Go on.
Wharton, Rice, Anderson, Henderson, Bellingham, Rogers, Palmer, Foden, Eze, Saka, Rashford, Bowen, Grealish, Kane, Watkins.
Oh,
Did I say Bowen twice? Oh no, I said Rogers.
Okay.
and Lewis.
You want to do mine straight away?
Yeah.
All right.
and then we've got some stuff to talk about. I think.
There's probably talking points, but I actually love mine. I think it's so good. Gone with Pickford, Henderson, Trafford, just because I think Trafford's better than Pope.
Yeah,
even though neither of them are going to play. So I'll say this name last, but Reece James, Trent, Gahey, Konza, Dan Burn, Stones. And I've got Nico O'Reilly and Lewis Hall as the left backs.
Yeah.
I've taken an extra player, probably biased, but I've taken Jed Spence. He played both sides, just as pure depth.
He was close to making mine, so
he can play both left back
Right.
and right back. He's not going to play, but if we need him, he plays both sides.
I like it.
And then I've gone Declan Rice, Adam Wharton, Elliot Anderson, Jordan Henderson, Mason Mount, Jude Bellingham, Alex Scott. And
That's interesting.
That's a name that I've not heard.
And then attackers, I've gone with Marcus Rashford, Harry Kane, Phil Foden, Morgan Rogers, Bukayo Saka, Jack Grealish, and Cole Palmer.
Right. So where do we want to start? So the names that the first name will go from top to bottom in terms of like goalkeeper to attacker.
Yeah.
I want to talk about James Trafford and why you've got him over Pope.
He's better than Pope.
Yeah, he's more consistent than Nick Pope.
Like Tuchel wants players that can play with his feet. Pope cannot play with their feet. His feet. I got the pronouns mixed up a little bit.
But would you argue that Trafford, based on what we've seen from Trafford this season,
is still a very good goalkeeper? He had one poor game
better
against
than
Tottenham.
Nick Pope?
Yeah. I mean, him for Burnley, I know he's only in Championship, but him for Burnley last season
conceded 16 goals last year, which is crazy.
He had a bet on with TJ Watt, I think, for
JJ Watt, in it.
Oh, it would have been his
JJ
brother.
Watt.
Of course, it's his brother. JJ Watt, who's part owner of Burnley as well, who said he'd come out of retirement and play another season if he kept clean sheets for the rest of the year.
I don't think he actually managed to do it in the end.
He
I think he only conceded like another 2 clean sheets from there. I don't think they conceded many goals from there.
I like Trafford. I think
neither of them are going to play Trafford or
the
Pope.
The move to City was the incorrect decision.
Yeah, I think he should have gone to Newcastle personally.
I think he should have gone to a team where he can develop, he can learn from someone.
I think it was the correct decision at the time.
Yeah.
No one knew that what was going to happen with Donnarumma.
Yeah, he just got
no one saw that coming, so he was just unlucky that
it was such a clueless move. But at the same time, I'm kind of happy we signed Donnarumma because like he is obviously one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Yeah.
Like in terms of shot stopping, he's definitely
and for Trafford to learn from
Donnarumma
as well, it's going to be very crucial. So I do feel for Trafford because he's just been unlucky with the fact that what's his name, Donnarumma come available.
I think he will be a very, very good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But it's because it's a huge doubt anyway that
I think that one for me.
You get to the third keeper or the third.
That's the thing. It's not that much of a talking point because it doesn't really matter either way.
So I think consensus fullbacks were Reece James.
Yeah.
I'm so unbelievably pleased about that.
Yeah, I do want to talk about
Captain
I don't
League
think it
legend.
was ever
Tino Livramento was so close.
We discussed Tino, and I think because it was a toss for me, it was a toss-up between him because he was who I originally had and Trent Alexander-Arnold.
I don't think Lewis Hall gets in the England team because he just doesn't play that much.
Well, he's their starting left back.
Nico O'Reilly.
I mean,
what at Newcastle?
It must have been Tino Livramento now that
a left back.
Yeah, at left back. Yeah. Now that Dan Burn's injured.
No, but it was before Dan Burn was injured. It would have been Dan Burn, right?
Even before, like, I'm pretty sure Dan Burn was playing. It was either centre back or left back. He was playing. Like, he was switching between the two.
Newcastle fans also love Lewis Hall. They think he's so good.
I think he's quite good.
I really like him. I think
right.
he deserves. Yet again,
Chelsea
Nico O'Reilly's going to start every game.
Yeah.
So who you take? I don't think Lewis Skelly's going to play enough this season to go.
Nico O'Reilly, I think he's brilliant. I'm gonna glaze a City player, which I don't often do. But Nico O'Reilly, he's 6'4". He reads the game brilliantly. Like he's very, very strong defensively. I don't watch much of City, but I look out for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a centre mid playing left back, but like with like the fact that Nico O'Reilly, well, he's obviously a makeshift left back, but the fact he's predominantly a centre midfielder, he's got a lot of technical ability, and I think that kind of helps him playing left back. And like he keeps it very basic. which is why I think he's such a good player.
Mm.
Like he doesn't try anything fancy. He kind of keeps everything like simple.
I don't know much about his attacking, but is he good going forward?
He's quite good going forward, but he's just very like. I think the one thing about Nico O'Reilly that he needs to work on more on is just taking more risks. Like,
that's what Gavardio was so good at. That start of last season.
Scored loads and loads of goals.
That's why
he was brilliant.
personally prefer Gavardio at left back because he's such a threat.
Yeah, and he scored a few goals. I mean, that goal a couple of years ago where he was playing left back against Real Madrid and he scored from 25 yards out with his weak foot.
I really like Gavardio. I think he's so good.
Yeah.
But to me, it will be him that starts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What do we do with Trent Alexander-Arnold?
Because
Trent has to go in my eyes.
No,
he has got one of the best right foots in the world, I would argue.
Yeah, it's such a different profile to Reece James, which will be good.
He's a good footballer.
In terms of attacking output, free kicks, corners, crossing a ball into the box. He's probably, I would argue, the best crosser of a ball, apart from maybe Kevin De Bruyne. I know Carragher said that a couple of years ago. But
and maybe Ryan Cherky.
Trent, oh, dearie me.
Does Ryan Cherky make the England squad?
No, he does. He couldn't lace Cole Palmer's boots.
Might need to do like an ancestry DNA type thing and just see if he's part English.
Yeah,
he wouldn't lace Cole Palmer's boots.
Why they might find your DNA in Ryan Cherky.
Right, okay.
Swiftly moving on.
So with Trent, we found out in the Euros that Southgate was moving him to midfield, which we found out very quickly was not working.
Everyone loved that idea when it came about.
But after all, he is Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of the best crossers of a ball, one of the best passers of a ball that England have.
But I think obviously Trent's a very good player, but I don't even know what his best position is. Like for me, he's not.
You
a
said
right
that
back.
about Ryan Cherky. Go on, continue about Trent.
Ryan Cherky.
We need to stop bringing up Ryan Cherky.
We
need
need to stop this glaze.
Yeah.
The thing is with Trent is the fact that we're gonna need his passing ability because when we're playing teams that are just gonna sit back.
But where would you play him?
Reece James for that.
Where do you play Trent Alexander-Arnold?
I think he starts right back.
He doesn't know. He gets beaten way too easily at right back.
Yeah, but when we're playing teams like Panama, like he's going to be needed for games like that. Reece James is going to start against the likes of Croatia, or even against Croatia. We could do.
Later on in the competition, imagine if we take obviously Trent and Reece James as the two right backs.
I think,
and then
definite.
No, but
both of them.
Imagine a scenario where Reece James gets injured, and then
Likely.
Trent, where like later on in the competition, if we play someone like France, for example, where Trent's going to have to play at right back against Mbappe, he's going to get absolutely destroyed.
No, but that's why you got DJ Ed.
Right.
Jed Spence 1v1 is a very good right back, like fullback. He would do a job. We wouldn't be as good, but I think that's less of a risk than starting Trent at right back because he'd actually be able to somewhat deal with a skillful right back, skillful winger.
Because we're going to have to play against a Vinicius, a Yamal, a Nico Williams, a Mbappe, Dembele, unless they play Dembele up front.
Ryan Cherky.
Potentially Ryan Cherky, yeah. Oscar Bob, if it keeps going like that. I think I like him, I rate him, but
Oscar Bob's on the wrong side.
You might get Norway in the final. You never know. I doubt it, but you might get Norway in the final.
They're one of two teams in Europe that I think had a flawless record in the qualifiers.
And then obviously you've got the best striker on the planet right now, Erling Haaland up front.
Yeah.
Who I couldn't give enough praise to.
Yeah.
But back to England. So I think Trent, for his passing ability, he has to go because he's going to be able to unlock those defences who are dropping deep. Kane's coming far too deep to get the ball. So
that's
they
the
try
I think
something
the
else
only other player in the England squad that has passing like Trent is Kane. But we need Kane further up the pitch.
So Reece James and Tino, in my eyes, they give Reece James and Tino they give great defensive presence, but Reece James has a mix of both. Really good attacking output and defensively strong.
That's the thing. You'd want Reece James for the big games.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
having a profile like Trent for games where we don't really need to, we've only really got to worry about the counter attack.
And if we're losing as well.
And yeah, we don't
Really,
actually
like,
have to
things
worry
to
all
bring
that
on.
much about being constantly attacked down that left hand side, or like down Trent's side. So games like that, we can play Trent, and it's just a completely different profile to have.
Yeah.
That's why I think he deserves to go. I think Livramento is very unlucky to miss out.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go, because I do really like him, but he's just too similar to Reece James, and I can see Reece James staying fit. He's done quite well to stay fit.
There is
so
an
far.
alternative that Reece James goes to centre half, which I think was
No.
something that was tried.
We've got Gay and Konza. We don't need.
That. No, this is that was purely to introduce a centre half. I don't think Reece James should play centre back. He can play centre back, and he can play CDM.
Why is this guy
CDM
leading
is
the
really good.
podcast?
I don't know.
Which is really good. I lead
amount
the
of brain
podcast
cells
because
that
I
bit.
come up with the bloody ideas. So.
That was the worst segue I think I've ever seen.
I've tried to no, but you would have waffled a bit more. After all, this is tactical waffle, but the centre halves, I'm pretty sure will be Gehi, Stones, Konza. It's probably the
Yeah.
best three that we've got.
Who
Yeah.
starts, Stones or Conser?
Stones won't be fit. Let's be honest.
Okay, but if he is, like,
Stones is
I'd-
really
Stones.
fit.
oh my god.
I'd start.
Sorry,
both.
I'm getting carried away.
Midfielders, Elliot Anderson starts every day of the week.
Wharton's so unlucky not to start.
He is.
Wharton probably is.
He's
a better
only not
option.
starting because of Elliot Anderson. How good Elliot Anderson
No,
is
but I
at
think
pretty much
Wharton is
everything.
better than Elliot Anderson. It's just
Yeah.
Tuchel
Yeah.
likes
On paper, he's better than
yeah,
him.
Tuchel
Yeah.
just likes Elliot
But,
Anderson more.
Elliot Anderson's like he suits the system more.
Adam Wharton, from what I know, but Cody, you might be able to vouch for me differently. He's an exceptional passer of the ball.
We're
but
gonna
I don't
need
know
that
about
in-game.
his defensive ability. He's good defensively,
Yeah, he's
but I don't know if he's Elliot Anderson good
But we got Rice
as a
for that.
ball winner.
as a ball winner. Yeah,
We have got Rice for that. Rice wins everything.
he
Wharton's
wins that
just
ball
But
so
you-
much.
exceptional
but
at everything.
Will you play Rice in the 6 or in the 8?
Right, like, but how often are we gonna need Rice?
'Cause
to,
we
like,
need him
pelt?
to-
Like, I mean, even then, Rice pelts it back for Arsenal week in, week out.
Because we'll
Yeah.
be. I think what Arteta's doing is the right thing. Putting a sitter, a 6 like Zubimendi, who's willing to soak up the pressure.
But that's the thing,
Allowing Rice to go forward because he's
Wharton-
got a fantastic engine.
Wharton
Like,
has been playing next to like the likes of like Kamada, who
Goes
isn't
forward.
as good at like Wharton can play that role
Yeah.
if needed, but if we don't believe that Wharton can play that like as well as we need, like as well as Anderson, we've got Rice who can play that role. Just like
Yeah.
we'll come back and defend.
Yeah.
Right, like Rice has a great engine,
I mean,
gets up
my
and down the
midfield
pitch really
would be
well.
Ward and Rice, but I'd get Anderson.
I think it depends on the game. I think when we play teams like France, I reckon I'd go with Elliot Anderson and Ward because we just need to
soak up the pressure.
just soak up pressure and just out muscle their midfield.
And then we got obviously it would be Bellingham, I'd imagine, as a
Bellingham,
consensus.
Foden, maybe.
Palmer.
Depends whether Foden can perform in an England
It's
shirt.
going to be interesting to
More
see how
passes to
it's,
Eze out on the wing.
it's going to be
Yeah, I mean, that
interesting
pass
to
is
see what
unreal.
Tuchel does with all of that attacking talent: Foden, Palmer, Saka. Bellingham.
How many squads did Eze make? Like who else said Eze?
I
said
know
Eze.
I
I
did.
said Eze.
So
So
you
I
all
think-
said Eze.
I think-
I
You
think
didn't say Eze.
I didn't say Eze. I think he misses out for the fact that we've just got so many better players in his role. But he's unlucky to miss out.
But I think the thing with Eze is that he links up with players like Foden really, really well.
Yeah.
I mean, that goal that he scored was just.
Yeah, he brings out the best in Foden.
Yeah.
It was one of those times where, yes, the assist was better than the goal, but Eze is obviously he is a very good player. He shows signs.
I mean,
Right,
Eze's
that's
decent, but
the
Foden
message.
makes him better.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that Anthony Gordon's a person that was included by some teams.
I didn't say
Claire
Gordon.
Balding herself,
say
you know, as
Gordon
you
either.
mentioned.
Yeah, needs to get rid of that stupid
I
left
think
shot.
he's going to be one of the people. He's on the list of fringe players because this is a perfect time to put up.
I will say three out of 4 of us said Jordan Henderson.
So
You
the-
pulled a face every time someone said Jordan
Yeah,
Henderson.
Jordan Henderson, in England, he should be nowhere near the England team.
I think he should go for
He's
been
experience.
so good for
yeah,
Brentford.
he's experienced.
He's been good, but I feel like there's like if you want experience, like obviously
vocal leader.
if if you're talking experience, you've already got Harry Kane, you've got Jordan Pickford, like you've got all these leaders in the team already. I feel like that sort of like yes, he's been doing well for Brentford. But I feel like that space can be, it can be filled in by someone that's been a bit more, not necessarily consistent, but just been a bit better.
It's been, but that midfield on that hand that we've spoken about, Anderson's 23 and Wharton's 21 or 22.
Yeah.
Although I think I'm the only one that said Mason Mount.
I
Which
don't
understand that.
I don't think he
But
goes anywhere close.
I would say for 2 reasons. He's been so good recently, and also
whether he can carry that.
that
forward.
season under Tuchel for
Cooking.
Mason Mount was insane.
Absolutely cooking.
Yeah.
So we know what
Snake
Tuchel
over.
could do with Mason Mount.
I think the reason why I didn't put Mount in is simply because he hasn't been good enough for that long.
He's just so
Every manager loves him.
Yeah.
There must be a reason why. And I think if I just had players left over.
So I got a list. I've got a list of fringe players as well, but I missed a load of them. Like these was just the ones I came up with off my head. Livramento, who we've spoken about. I put Conor Gallagher because he was initially,
He just
person.
doesn't play.
but
No.
because he doesn't play as much. For
he is
Atleti.
a really good like
Um,
tournament midfielder though.
Yeah.
We spoke
True.
about Grealish. I want to talk about Jared Bowen because a lot of you have put Jared Bowen. I have not put Jared
I've
Bowen.
not put Jared Bowen.
You put Jared Bowen.
Yeah,
But I can see why you've put Bowen to back up Saka.
It's just Saka and probably Palmer out on that wing because we've got Foden and Bellingham on.
And we spoke about Welbeck. We spoke about Anthony Gordon. I've got Dan Burn on here.
I've got Dan Burn in my team.
I've written down Morgan Gibbs-White, who just happens to be very unlucky.
He's having a really poor season.
Shall I explain my reasoning behind Dan Ballard?
Yeah, go on.
I mean,
Oh yes, yeah. I want to know about that. I want to know about the ludicrousy that is Dan Ballard.
I mean,
Why are you playing Dan Ballard?
I feel like in a back two, you need someone that can either play with the ball or someone that can do the dirty. Well, you need someone that can play with the ball and someone that can do the dirty work.
yeah.
Obviously, players like Esri Konsa can do both, but I feel like, say for example, we go through a multitude of injuries at the World Cup.
Yeah.
I feel like Dan Ballard would be that player that could sort of fit in and just do all the dirty work really, really well.
Right.
And bearing in mind the current form that Sunderland are on at the moment, like they're in the European places, challenging for pretty much Champions League at the moment. If he can sort of maintain that form for the rest of the season, it's a bit like Dewsbury Hall, for example.
Yeah.
If he can maintain that form for the rest of the season, I feel like he has a decent chance of getting in the England team.
I think with Dewsbury Hall, you mentioned him. I think Mason Mount would miss out for Dewsbury Hall if depending on who has the better season.
Yeah.
But I will say, just the centre back options is the reason why I didn't go with like someone like Dan Ballard is because we've got Dan Burn. We've seen has actually been able to do it against big players,
Yeah.
and
But he's not been that good this season.
yeah, but yet again, he's just another one that won't play. But I reckon he can step up when needed.
Yeah.
And I think John Stones, obviously, everyone knows how good John Stones is. And the starters will be Gay and Konza. So I think players like Dan Ballard will be unlucky, but I just don't see where they'd get minutes.
Yeah.
Fantastic on the ball. I think John Stones is as well. And I think that's an asset of that
Yeah.
defence that
It's like
we'll need.
Maguire's suffering from just not playing as well.
Mm.
That's why I don't think he'll go. Which
Who
will
said
be
Maguire? Did you say Maguire?
I said Maguire. Because he's just been consistently good for England.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like over the course of like the past 7 or 8 years, I nearly said 6 or 7. Yeah, Maguire's been consistently good for England since the 2018 World Cup.
Yeah.
Like he's just been rock solid. Well, would I say rock solid? He's been decent for that period,
But
which is why I'd have him in
I
there.
don't think he got any minutes in the World Cup qualification, and we didn't concede a single goal.
I'd still have him in there just as a bit of like experience, just in case.
Reassurance.
Up
Yes.
top as well.
To be fair, yeah, you can go up top last
And
minute.
he's sick at penalties.
Yeah, I mean,
Scored-
he's had
scored a
experience
few,
playing
yeah.
in he's played obviously in the Euro final. He's played in the World Cup semi-finals, quarter-finals.
Yeah.
He knows what it's like to compete at that top level. So I feel like having someone with that type of experience in the team would benefit a lot of young players.
Yeah. I can see it. I think maybe Dan Burn misses out for him,
Yeah,
but he just needs more game time.
yeah.
I think one massive name we've missed out, but that's just because United have screwed him over this season. Kobe Mainoo.
Bobby Mainoo.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So deserves to go, but just isn't
Not
playing.
playing. Yeah.
And the rest of the names that I thought off the top of my head was Madueke, who one of you mentioned.
Not
I
yet.
mentioned
Either
Madueke.
before either before the podcast or
Yeah, Cody
during it.
nearly put him in,
Yeah, I
but
nearly put him in.
Ivan Toney, who you mentioned, I believe.
Yeah.
Madness.
I've got Mason Greenwood on
I
here,
didn't bring him. I
Alright.
just
but
mentioned him.
Mason Greenwood is playing brilliant.
you can't
He's
play
playing
Mason Greenwood.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He's
Too much controversy around that man.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
yeah, it's too
cannot
much
play.
controversy. And the thing is, Mason Greenwood even said that he doesn't want to play for England after all the.
Can he play?
abuse he
Can he
received.
play for another?
Yeah, he said. I saw somewhere he said he might play for Jamaica.
yeah.
Yeah. But the another one is like
Leon Bailey out there, don't they?
like Ben White wouldn't play for England again. He's
I've
already
got
said.
him as. I had him
But
on
Ben
my
White
list as well.
could quite easily be another centre back, right back option.
And the other player I had was Tamori, but there's a lot more
Yeah,
that I could have had. But Tamori,
Tamori was a more 5 year ago
Yeah.
conversation.
yes.
yeah. People just think he's good because of FIFA.
You mentioned that a few years ago, Ben. I would be right there with
I
you.
was
but
I was screaming
Yeah.
his name a few years ago.
yes.
He should have gone. Is there anyone else you can think of that
Um,
I haven't named?
well, I mean,
Not really.
in my list, I
Maddison.
had Mitchell. You guys didn't.
Tyreek Mitchell, you're going to have to explain. You have to explain
Well,
what
he's just-
He's a
what does-
solid left back.
He's
What
to be
does
fair.
really good
Tyreek Mitchell
defensively.
bring that
Really
a
good
Nico
defensively.
O'Reilly or a Lewis Hall wouldn't?
He's really good defensively.
He's
But what else
can't
does he
cross the ball to
provide?
save his life.
He's really good
Insane
defensively. But
crossing.
can't
Have
do
you
anything going forward.
Insane crossing ability.
Have you
He
seen his
cannot
crossing
He
ability?
cannot cross to save his life.
Playing that wing back
You
role.
clearly haven't watched Tyreek Mitchell's Ben.
But
But he'd go cut back onto the edge of the box just for like a Wharton screen.
To be
or
fair,
something
he's
like
having a really good season, and it probably was a bit of bias, to be honest. And I'd probably take him out for Lewis Hall, but I just wanted to mention him, give him his flowers because he's having a really good season.
Just bring up the fact you're a Palace fan again.
I am a Palace fan.
Right. So I think we've all come to a sort of agreement as to where
Yeah.
we stand.
well, I think the next point is to move on to Emmett's.
Yes.
How are you doing today, Emmett? Is it
Doing all right. I had to fix an XLR cable, and it did fucking nothing. Your mic still sounds like shit. Sorry.
Oh, right, okay.
so? Have you've done a team
I've done
for
a 11-man England squad and a 26-man American squad for who I think.
Can I have a guess at some of these American players?
Yes.
Because I think we should give it a go.
Okay.
between us.
Do you want to hear my 11 England?
We'll hear
Yeah.
the England
Okay.
starting team. Yeah.
So I have Pickford in goal. I think
Yep.
you'd be a lunatic to not do that.
You're using him on your Everton team right
I
now.
am
Yeah.
using him on my Everton team in FM. I have O'Reilly, Stones, Gahey, and James as my back four.
Yep.
I feel like it's pretty solid. I have Rice, Bellingham, Anderson in the mid.
Yep.
Palmer, Kane, and Saka going forwards. That's my 11.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Palmer, Saka, and Kane up front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would Saka play?
I wrote him in as right wing mostly because
Palmer on the left?
Yeah.
Considering Palmer's left footed.
So Saka.
And so Saka, yeah.
Great.
No, but I think I'd say Saka on the left because Saka used to play left back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Anything
fair. I
I'd
mean,
have.
to be honest, this was just kind of the notes I took while you guys were going through it.
Copy.
So I think that.
Nice. Brilliant.
All right. Do you want to take a guess?
I'm going
who
to
I
take a
have on
guess
my
at some of these
26
American
American
players.
squad?
Right.
So, Anthony Robinson, the left back, Fulham.
Yep.
Weston McKennie.
Yes. West
Yunus
Ham.
Musa.
Musa does make my list.
Christian Pulisic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So-
number one on the list right
Yeah.
now.
The phenom guy.
Florian Balogun.
He's like the LeBron James of soccer.
I do have Balogun going. Yeah.
What's his name? Diego Luna.
I have Diego Luna coming off the bench.
Come off the bench.
I did not. I don't have him going.
You don't
I
have
do
Johnny
not have
Cardoso
Cardoso
going? It's I don't, he might be too old, but is Tim Ream on here?
Tim Ream is on.
Oh,
here.
that's brilliant. I love that.
Your goalkeeper, Matt Turner.
It is not Matt Turner.
Oh, thank God.
Josh Sargent.
I have Turner as our second keeper on the bench. Matt Freezy.
Go on,
Who
just
the
read
hell
them
is
out. Just
that?
read them
Yeah,
out.
okay, so top of the list: Christian Pulisic, Tyler Adams.
Yep.
Yep.
That's it.
Miles Robinson, Tim Ream, Matt Freezy, his brother, other Robinson, Weston McKennie, Brendan Aronson.
Yes,
yeah, he's good,
Leeds.
I really like Brendan Aronson. There are a lot
Yeah.
of fans who don't think he goes, but I especially in the recent like October, November windows, Aronson has really impressed me.
He brings a lot of
forward.
energy.
He brings so much energy going for the ball, and he's been able to. He's not always the one finishing the result.
There's one that I've got here.
But he often creates plays, and I have Brendanson going. Serginho Dest going.
This is the one I've got now.
Musa going. I have Timothy Weah going.
Yeah,
He's
he's
one of
good.
the best
Quality.
wingers that we have. I have Max Arfston going as a off the bench most likely, but I was really impressed by him in our recent international windows without Dest playing.
Do you have Joe Scally?
Do not.
I like Joe Scally
I
as
like
well.
Joe Scally, but I feel like we just have so many players in that position. To be honest, is the thing. But yeah, Arfston has really impressed me in a defensive role going forwards. He's really good on his feet, and he's really good at finding options.
Yeah.
I have Balogun going. I'm really impressed by Balogun. He's been probably one of our most consistent guys in the front.
Yeah.
Have you mentioned Gio Reyna? You might have done.
He's on the list. I'm getting there.
I'm just reading.
Yeah. Okay. I have
you got
John
this guy?
Tolkien, who's another sort of defensive option who's really impressed me for similar reasons to Arfston, but I feel like Tolkien is much more just like sit in the back, defensive, stay in, let no one through.
Yeah.
And I feel like it gives you sort of three options between Dest, Arfston, and Tolkien. There is you sort of have your three options. You have one who's really good going forwards, one who's very good hybrid, and one who's very good defensively. I have Sebastian Berhalter going, another player who I think the recent international windows have really impressed me. He is one of our best set piece takers.
Does he play in the MLS?
He does. Yeah, his dad was the old manager.
Is he Vancouver? Or is that Vancouver? Or?
I don't remember where he plays. He plays somewhere.
He plays. Vancouver Whitecaps. Yeah.
I have Diego Luna. I forgot someone said Diego Luna. He's just been really solid, but I think. To a certain extent, I feel like with all the other players that we'd have coming back.
He just doesn't quite fit into that.
He just doesn't quite fit in as he has done in sort of the recent international windows. And he has impressed me technically. But I think he runs into an issue when it comes to playing sort of off the ball. Like he gets stuck in space like without a clue where to go sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I have him going off the bench. Josh Sargent I have because he's been solid up front in the past.
For Norwich as well.
For
Very
Norwich as
good.
well.
But Norwich have been doing really, really poorly this season.
They have.
They're
They've been
second
pony.
bottom.
I
in the Championship.
think Balogun starts over Sargent, but I think in the past he's been one of our more consistent strikers.
Yeah.
Like you know what you're gonna get. He isn't the best option, and I think Balogun is a better goal scorer than him, but you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I have Tanner Tessman going.
Yep, I've got him.
He's really impressed me recently. His ability to control the play, both offensively and defensively, is really impressive.
Yeah.
I have Tillman going. Again, he's very good on the ball. Yeah, I can't remember his first name. It's just Tillman. That's all. I just see the name. Tillman, to be
I
honest.
think Malik Tillman is.
Yeah, he's at Leverkusen now. Yeah. Might be.
Hang on, let me have a look.
Look it up. And then I do have Gio Reyna going, but
He just hasn't been playing.
he hasn't been playing.
yeah, Malik Tillman, yeah.
And
America.
Gio Reyna is an interesting one because he thinks he's a lot better than he is.
Yeah.
He is a good player,
Was hyped.
but he gets upset. Like, you know, he had all these issues in the World Cup for not playing more
Yeah.
and just not being integrated into the squad. And that's what caused all the issues with the old manager, Berhalter, and Gio Reyna. And he is a good player, and he is fantastic, but he can be very cocky, and he's very prone to getting cards.
Yeah.
And so I think not to have him go would be slightly shocking.
Yeah.
But I don't think he starts. I
No.
think he comes off the bench.
Yeah.
I have Christian Roldan going. He's a bit up there, but I
Plays for Seattle.
yeah Seattle the Sounders or something. Yeah, I'm really impressed by Roldan in sort of like a CDM role. He finds the ball in great spots, and he has such a vision for where it needs to go constantly, and he is really 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 impressed me. I have Haji Wright as another option. Sort
Yeah,
of in
he's
the
been very
stretch.
good.
He's been
Yeah,
very
Haji Wright's
good.
all right.
He's really good at finding the ball.
And like, I mean, the fact he plays for Coventry as well, and they're just cruising the Championship at the moment.
Yeah.
I saw something this morning. It was like Haji Wright is worth 70 million or something. Yeah, like
His transfer
they're
market
valuing
value.
him at 70 million.
His transfer market value is 12 million.
I don't know where I read it, but I think like a team was interested, and Coventry said they wanted like 70 million or something like that.
Crazy.
But the thing is, when you watch Coventry, like you can tell that Haji Wright is one of Coventry's best players. Like you've got Mason Clark up front, who's obviously been very very good this season.
Yeah.
You've got Van Eyck on the right hand side, who's been very good.
I like Van Eyck.
You've got Victor Torp, who's been unreal. And yeah, you've just got a bunch of other players that have been really good for
I
Coventry.
don't really know much about the Coventry team apart from this run by Big Frank.
Yeah.
No, I do really like
Tim
Haji
Potball
Wright,
knowledge.
and I think he's sort of been fighting to go for an American squad, either to the World Cup or to like Gold Cup, things like that. And he's been so close so many times. And I think I can't remember if he did go this Gold Cup or if he's just been playing in all the friendly sense, but I think he finally gets to go to World Cup. He's been very impressive. And he's
was
very
he in the World Cup team last time?
I can't remember.
I vaguely
think so.
I vaguely remember him scoring against Holland in the last 16.
He might have done. I can't remember these things very well, but he's been very impressive, and I think he goes. I have Ricardo Pepi written down as
you haven't mentioned.
I have this one written somewhat tentatively because I feel like he is very inconsistent when it comes to getting results. You have games where he looks locked in, he's finding the ball, finding space, looking threatening. And then you have other games where he looks a bit like a toddler who's waddled onto the field. He's just kind of walking around, a little bit clueless.
Just looks a bit uninterested.
Uninterested, unmotivated to play is the word I would use. And so I think when he's switched on, I think he's one of the best options going forward, and he can be lethal. He's able to turn plays that shouldn't have high scoring chances into goals.
Yeah.
But you run the risk of if you play him, he's just unmotivated. He's not running for balls, and he's costing you those chances.
He's not started so badly this season. He's got 6 goals and 1 assist in 13 games for the Eredivisie.
Yeah, he's definitely a great option, but I just think that Balogun is going to be a better consistent option. I don't think Balogun has the lethality that Pepe does all the time, but he is more consistently going for these plays, finding the ball. And I think they're slightly different styles of player. I think Balogun is dropping back to find the ball more, whereas Pepe is running into space for it.
Yeah.
Can I ask about Johnny Cardoso?
Yeah, I just haven't been wowed, to be completely honest. I think there are a lot of players who can do a very similar job to him, and I feel like he is impressive, but I think to bring him in would be a little bit redundant with everyone else that they have on the squad. You have so many good sort of options where I feel like you can expand what you have available and expand the styles of players that you have available by not bringing him.
I saw that he signed for Atletico in the summer. Yeah, I haven't heard much from him ever since he signed.
The curse of Mr. Simeone.
Yeah.
He will be missed when he goes from football, but like he's the reason why so many good players are not playing, and they're just there to be filler players.
Yeah. After Pepe, I have De La Torre as another player similar to Roldan. I think he's just so experienced in the midfield. He knows where to find the ball, and he's very good at creating space for other players. I think his off the ball work is really what makes him shine. I then have Matt Turner as our backup goalie. I don't think there's another fantastic option to go behind Freezy. Our goalkeeper situation is not.
It's not great.
It's not great. But I think Matt Turner is going to be your next best option after Freezy. And that is saying something. I do think Freezy's good, and so I think the one thing I'll give Matt Turner is he can stop shots that he shouldn't be able to once in a while. He lets in way too many that he should be saving, but there are once every so often where it's that was pretty good. I'll give you that one. I have Aiden Morris going. He's another one who I think is just very versatile. Who can be using a lot of. You can put him in sort of like central midfield. You can play him out wide as a winger. You could move him centrally to sort of be like a second striker. I think he has options available, and I think that's more than anything why he goes is he can just fill the gaps with who you need, or if you have people out sick, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think Aaron Morris goes. And then to round out my list, I have Freeman going. And again, he's a very solid option. I don't think very consistent performances. You can't really go too wrong with him. I don't think. That's my 26.
Calvin Sullivan.
Yeah.
So he's joining City in 2027, I think. So yeah. So he's 16 at the moment. So he's So he's joining City when he's 18. But I've heard really really good things about him.
Yeah, I think he'll be a very promising option. I think going forward. I just think he is 16. He's not there yet. He's nowhere. He's nowhere. And I think
be a bold move if he does.
And I think to a certain extent, I think there is still a lot of time for things to go wrong because he's very promising, but he is still 16.
It was like it was that American talent back, Freddie Adu. Like he's being compared to like the next. I think people are calling him like the next Pele or something like that. Like he had so much like, he had so much like hype around him. Like people saying he's going to be like the next big thing.
GW16 had a lot of hype about
Yeah,
him.
and he never reached those heights.
I think that's exactly what I was going to say. Is you have players like I think Pulisic who had a lot of hype around him, and I think to a certain extent he lived up to that. And I think he faltered at times where he looked like he was just being way too prone to injury.
Lockdown Christian Pulisic was a fucking menace. I'll tell you that for a fact.
But I think the hype has paid off at the end of the day, and he is still sort of our sort of flagship player.
He won't live up to the LeBron James of soccer, but he'll live up. He will have a very good footballing legacy.
For the amount of hype that he had going in and at the beginning of his career, he has done strongly. And then you have players, I think, like Gio Reyna, people were saying, this is going to be our next Pulisic. This is going to be our flagship player moving forward. He's so young. And he got ahead of himself, I think, he let that, I think, go to his head. And he just lacks a level of composure, I think, to a certain extent, where he does get frustrated, and he has shown that he can be immature on the pitch, on and off. And I think that is more than his playing ability. What's holding him back is I think if you look at his technical ability, he is great. Yeah. But I think his immature attitude is what's holding him back in the world of both club and international football.
And the fact that he's a humongous flop.
But I think again, it's hard to judge because he is 16. But there's a lot of hype. So I think if he does it well, I think he could be something special. He could be something great. But if he's 16, you're right. You look back from when you were 16 to today, right? So much has changed. I think he needs to keep the attitude that he needs to work for everything.
What are your expectations for USA in the World Cup?
I don't remember who we drew, but
I think you get past. I think
we make it past the group stage.
Yeah.
The hope would be that we can I think make it to past quarters into semis. Yeah. I think that it's an ask, but I think it's something that if we do, I think would be a good sign.
It'd be great for the country.
Agreed. Yeah. It would be a fantastic sign for what we have coming up, because I think we're in a bit of a weird spot with our team right now, where we have a lot of options of sort of more like veteran, experienced, mature players, and we also have a lot of young guys backing them up.
Yeah,
we're not, which is a good place to be, I think, because you have that experience and maturity to bring in the young players. I think having a World Cup in this year is going to be a fantastic year for it, because if you have it in a couple years, I think you have some of those players. Like I think Tim Ream is going to be leaving somewhat soon.
He's fine.
This has got to be. He's probably staying for the World Cup.
Yeah,
but
you've got a decent, you've got a really good manager in Pochettino.
Yes.
It's just not clicked for him quite yet.
No, I agree, and I think there's just final things left to iron out. But if he can iron them out, I think we can make it past the quarters in the World Cup.
The quarters.
Right. So just to help clear that up.
I think at the very least
you've got your group is Group D, and you will be playing Paraguay and Australia, and I believe you will play one of the winners of
it's Europe. Yeah, it's Euro Group C. So I think it's Turkey, Kosovo, and a couple other teams.
You should be fine with that.
I think that should be really achievable. I think the only team that I think is going to be at least worth a second look is Paraguay, because we have historically not always performed well against
Miguel Almiron.
Paraguay.
Miguel Almiron,
I think Australia we should beat, and I think there is a world where we lose to Australia, but I think
Yeah.
we should look at Australia and go that we should be winning that game.
Yeah.
I think the issue will be if our team goes, we should win that game.
Yeah.
I think they need to look at it and go, we need to fight to win that game.
You look at that. You look at Australia's team, right? And I mean, for example, like last World Cup, they went in with a very, very bang average team, like not a lot of well-known players, and they very nearly beat Argentina in the round of 16. So you never really know at the World Cup.
You don't really know. I mean, we played them in October or something. And
Yeah.
we beat them 2-1, and it was not a comfortable game, but we looked like we were controlling the pace throughout most of the game.
Yeah.
So I think if we can maintain what we had going on in that game, I think we beat Argentina, and I think Paraguay should
You
be
beat Argentina.
No,
Australia.
You need something to get your fans up for this. Like it's in your home country. It is probably your best chance to go deep into it. This like with a decent manager, you've got some good players. This is your best chance to actually have a good run. Yeah. It's about getting your fans up for it.
I think it's about getting the fans up for it, and I think it's about ironing out these final wrinkles.
Getting it to click for Pochettino.
It is getting it to click. There have been, in October, November, the international winners, we have shown so much promise at times. And then there are some games where you're just like, it's just not working. We're banging our heads against the wall. Nothing is moving forwards. We can't get out of, the midfield. And it's about getting it to click, getting things to fall into place. And then I think this will be a promising year. If we can get the fans to go, it's on, in home country. It could be a great year.
Just to end on, in terms of like the World Cup, there are two groups that have caught my eye, and that's Group I, ironically, which is France, Senegal, Norway, and I'm assuming it's one of the Europe games. I think. Not quite sure how that works.
Europe games.
No, like
One of the groups.
One of the groups, yeah. And Group J, which is Argentina, Algeria, Australia, and I also like that because it's got 3 A countries. But anyway,
Right, I think this is where we wrap this up.
I think we'll leave that there. So
Yeah, I think this is where we wrap it up.
We might end up doing another one. We've got 2 weeks now where we're going to be without a podcast, unfortunately, because of Christmas and New Year. We've all got to see our families and take some
God
time.
damn it.
There will potentially be a Discord or some sort of call that we'll do, and we'll make it into a podcast
In the new year.
In the new year, and then we'll hopefully be like mid to late January. We'll be back in the studio again. This wonderful studio. We've actually got the lights working for once.
Hopefully more decoration next time.
Yes,
Yeah.
I need to work on that. I will use my wages from work on that.
Lovely as the wages.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time for the next episode of Tactical Waffle.